Hi guys, it's Rob back with another Unity tutorial for you. And as I said in the last video, today we're going to be going over how to link this all up in the code. So I've created a move script for my character. Basically these two things are just using, they're basically like import statements, except in C# they're using statements. So this is just the name. We have move script of type mono behavior, which is just the program we're working in. This is the first important line of code here, animator anim. Anim is just a variable name, but in order to access Unity's native animation system from the code, you're going to need to type it, set an animator variable, or variable of type animator, excuse me, with a capital A up at the top here. Now, in our start function, we've set this animator component to get component animator. Basically, type this line and type this line in your start and this line above the start function. Right now, if you don't understand what this means, you can just take my word for it, because I'm going to show you actually how to access all this stuff from the code. So we have anim. There's what's it's like the anim.set properties down here. If we go .set, see you have set bool, set float. Basically, what we're doing here is, remember before I showed you guys the conditions that we made up, where to transition from one thing to another, we have speed, is left, is right, jump, shoot. Well, there's got to be a way for us to access these in the code. Otherwise, how are we going to change them within the game? And this is the way we're doing that. We have anim, okay, reference to our animator. Now dot, okay, which means that whatever comes here is a part of this animator. Well, if you'll notice, the speed variable was actually a condition in our animator right here. I'd made the speed float variable. So we're using anim.setFloat. Okay, now the first argument it's going to take is the name of it, which is speed. The second argument it's going to take is, well, what do you want to set the float to? Now, I know some of you are thinking, okay, well, we want to use getKey here, right? Because we want to use input.getKey. But I have another recommendation for you guys. Use getAxisRaw horizontal and vertical. Okay, now I'll explain that in just a moment, but let me just finish off with this. Mathf.absolute, okay, input.getAxis horizontal, okay, which means basically we're setting the float of speed, depending on what this horizontal movement here is by the key presses. We're also setting these booleans, which is done by anim.setBool. Name is jump, and we set it to false. Name is shoot, and we set it to false. Remember, first argument is the name. Second argument is the value. Okay, now the way these getAxisRaws work, you could go horizontal and go less than 0, which is, of course, negative is left. Horizontal greater than 0, which is right. Vertical greater than 0, which is up. Or vertical less than 0, which is down. Okay? Now, the other thing I wanted to, and the reason we do this is because it's smoother. It's a smoother transition when you're working with the animator system. And the last thing I want to share with you guys before the next video is we have input.getKey, key code Q here. If you remember, I'll just play this for you guys really quick. When I hit the Q button, we're firing the shot. I just want to show you guys how I did that really quick. Well, part of it is I did input.getKey, keycode.Q, anim.setBool is shoot true, and setBool is jump false. And if we have time here, okay, we have a little bit more time. Basically, what I did here was I made two variables, is shoot and is jump, to track if the player is shooting or jumping. Obviously, they can't be doing both at the same time. And basically what I wanted to, or at least in this game, they can't be doing both at the same time for simplicity's sake. Because, if we're switching to two different sprites, it's not really going to look right if it's, it'll cause a little error there in terms of at least a visual error as opposed to anything else. But really, what I just wanted to show you guys here was to go to gunshot or fire right. From idle to fire right, the condition is shoot has to be true. And I think that's about all for this video, but make sure to tune in next time. Thanks, guys.